All right. So this software is a little bit different than what I'm used to. So bear with me one second. I'm just going to see if I'm actually live or not. So just checking out my channel here for a second. And let's just take a look, see. Yep, looks like I'm live. Woohoo! All right, so let me just mute this over here so that I can't hear what's going on. Anyway, you guys want to hear it. Welcome to Popular Unknown Paintball Live. Man, it's been a long time since I've said that. Okay, everything you see looks like crap, which it's supposed to. This is Popular Unknown version 3.5. If you're keeping track, version 1 was when I did audio only and I recorded phone calls. Version 2 is when I switched over to StreamYard. Version 3, you've never seen because it died. When I took a break from podcasting for family reasons and work reasons and reasons, I had a hard time coming back. And the reason why I had a hard time coming back is because just about every podcast out there looked the same. It really ticked me off. And it's not that I'm mad at anybody because, like, I had a good idea. You guys, great ideas, ran with it the whole bit. But I'd put so much effort into trying to make an amazing show. And I don't know, a lot of people out there seem to really like it. But if I came back just the same, nobody would notice, nobody would care. And when you go to the amount of work that we all do, whoever's creating, I'm not just talking about me, but everybody. When you go to all the trouble to create a show, especially if you're not getting paid, because this guy, not getting paid. But when you go to a lot of trouble, nobody watches and nobody cares. You got to ask yourself, why bother doing it? So I don't know if you guys know this or not, but I went to college for computer programming. And so I contacted some of my old friends and we started working on brand new software. I wanted the show to be just wicked. I wanted you guys to see something that nobody had ever seen before. I wanted something incredibly special. I wanted new. Like I wanted different. I wanted Anyway, by the way, if I'm bouncing back, my eyes are bouncing back and forth, is because the software I'm using right now actually has 2 images, and I don't know how to get rid of them. I haven't fully figured this out yet, so bear with me. Anyway, long story short, I had most of what I wanted to create made, and then my hard drive died. I have a small hard drive on my laptop, and that's not good. So what I did was I got an external hard drive, which was used out of an old laptop, and I was running that so that I had more space. And I know you're supposed to back stuff up, and well, I didn't. I had been, and then I just stopped for a while, and the hard drive went, and months and months and months of work was lost. And I can't really go back to my friends and say, hey, listen, let's just start from scratch because it's all gone. It's not fair. Like, the amount of work that everybody did was. Anyway. So, what we were working on was based on OBS to a degree. Because I don't know if you know, OBS is open source software. So, you have full access to everything. So anyway, I decided, what the hell? Why not get OBS, just standard OBS, and let's just get started. and I will broadcast as I broadcast. Um, and you guys can watch this show grow. So that's the plan. So as you can see, the background isn't properly lit. I mean, I turned one light on just because it adds a nice color, nice shading. Everything looks a little bit cooler. But yeah, over the next few weeks, you are going to see this show evolve closer to what I'd originally wanted this to look like, or my show to look like. It'll never be as good as what was created because one person cannot create what a team can create. We just can't. Like that's just humanity. Like that's just human nature. Like you can, one person is good, but it takes a team to really build something. But I really wanted to make sure that I came back because I just love podcasting. I love talking about paintball, and I love reaching out to you guys, and I just missed you all so much. Anyway, while I was off, a lot of people were saying, hey, Steve, you got to come back. We miss you. We liked how you did interviews and whatnot. And thank you for everybody that reached out to me. Thank you so much. But a few people, and I respect them, and I consider them close friends. But a few people said, Steve, you've got to keep creating stuff so that you stay relevant. Stay relevant. I'm not relevant. I've never been relevant. I'm just a guy that really loves paintball and loves telling stories. Hell, unknown is literally in my show name. Not relevant. There's a reason why I picked this name. And I know it. I know my limitations. But I love it. I love doing it. I love hanging out with you guys. So I got to bring the show back. So, but I can't bring it back the way it was. I just can't do it. The old show was great. Loved it. But everybody's doing it now. And I cannot afford StreamYard the way I was paying for it in the past. That's like $80 to $120 depending on what settings, if you want to get up into the professional area. And OBS is going to allow me to do everything that I wanted to do that I couldn't do on StreamYard, but it's going to take me some time to just learn how to make sure everything works. So I have gone back to a standard webcam. I mean, I'm still using my mic because I love this thing. This thing is awesome and it sounds great. But I've gone back to a standard webcam for now. I've ditched the DLSR. I've got that in reserve. I'll bring it back later. As you can see, I don't have any guests at the moment because I haven't fully figured out how that works. Connor from Australia, thank you so much, buddy. He was nice enough to jump on with me with some software that I've been trying to get tied into this. And, you know, like, I just wasn't quite ready. Connor was more than willing. He's like, hey, Steve, let's just go on tonight. Let's just try to do the way we do. Like, but no, I want to practice. I want to try a little bit more because I don't really want to waste your time. So moving forward for PUPP 3.5, all my shows from now on are going to be on YouTube only. Like, just that's it. I'll be able to set the chats rooms up shortly. I had that figured out, and then I cleared what I did. Now I got to relearn, but that's okay. I really need to relearn this software. But everything's going to be on YouTube from now on. I'm just going to go there. I was one of the first podcasts, if not the first, to successfully broadcast on multiple pages. Or multiple platforms. Behind the Bunker, I think, did it as well, but I was on multiple Facebook. I was on Twitch. I was on YouTube. Anyway, again, not taking away from Behind the Bunker. Those guys are amazing. They are the guys that set the bar for what podcasts are as far as paintball goes. But I really like to push it. I really tried. I really wanted to be better, and I want this to be better. But I think what I'm going to do is, because YouTube actually has better video quality, better sound quality, just better than Facebook on all fronts, I'm going to be putting all videos straight to YouTube. So if you guys want to watch live, and I really hope you guys do, if you want to watch live, you'll be able to watch on my show on my YouTube channel, which start getting those numbers back up. I always wanted better numbers on YouTube anyway. But the reason why I'm doing that is because it's going to force all views through YouTube. Maybe I can monetize the show a little bit, because I'm really not getting paid. I'm doing this because I love it, and I'm not asking for money. Well, I might be in the near future, but no, I'm really not asking for money. I think I'm going to create a tip jar, just something simple in case anybody wants to throw $1 or $2 just to buy me a pop. Great. But I'm hoping that the monetization will help so that I can buy, like, I don't know, I want a new stand for the laptop, which I've got going down there. Just little things while I rebuild the show. I have the software that I'm going to be using to bring not customers. Can you tell I'm burned out a little bit? I got software figured out how to communicate with the guests I'm going to bring on. The nice thing about that is it's not going to be through Facebook. Like, I can send you an invite through Facebook, but when you accept, you'll be accepting through an email, which awesome. I can do it with phones. So you don't need to be on Facebook. You don't need to be on any particular platform. I can send the invite out on anything, and I'll be able to get people in, and this is all going to be free. And I'm really excited. I'm going to be able to design the show the way I want it to look. It's going to have a much more professional outlay, and it's all going to be custom. I'm not going to do any of that spending money to go to owned and whatnot. I'm pretty good with art. You guys haven't noticed by now, but so I'm going to just create everything again from scratch for the second time, third time, fourth time, 3.5. So yeah, I guess 4 times. Anyway, trying to think what I'm forgetting. Oh yeah, I also want to really get back to my roots. One of the things that I really wanted when I created this podcast originally is I wanted to get regular players on the show just to tell their favorite paintball stories. And I got away from that, which, I mean, don't get me wrong. Famous people or famous players, they're just paintballers. You ask them and they'll tell you, like, Steve, I'm just a player just like you. Don't. But I really want people that nobody's heard of. And I want stories to start coming out again. I want to hear stories. I want to hear about just great times and silly things. So I think I'm going to try to focus on that a little more. Don't get me wrong. I'll still have my big named friends showing up from time to time. Like, I know Fred Schultz is going to be on the show at least a bazillion times, which is awesome. Thank you, Fred. Love you. Hoping to have Hano back on. It has been so long since I've talked to you, Hano. I'd really like to get the Adamsons now with all the stuff that they're doing with Chicago Aftershock. Like, I want to talk to you just because I really want to hear those stories. I'd like to check in with Kevin Donaldson again and find out how things are going with the Master Blasters, and just, I might even get Jim Lively on because he's doing some pretty cool stuff out in Portland, Oregon area. which, just cool. I don't know. But I really want regular people stories. It's what I really wanted when I started this podcast. The very beginning, I just wanted regular people stories. And I think I'm going to focus on trying to find some more of those. All right, so let's see. We covered why I look like the way I look. Not this, the show. So we covered that. We covered where I plan on taking everything. We've covered why this is just on YouTube right now. We've covered why, or my thoughts and directions. Yeah, that's about it. So I expect maybe a grand total of 10 people actually watch this video. Maybe 10 at the most, because quite frankly, this is just for my closest friends, followers. I hate saying followers because honestly, more friends than anything at this point. But it's kind of a blurry thing. Anyway, it's been a long day. It's been a long week and a half. I thought I was going to be off all week, to be honest with you. I really did. And it turned out I got a whole lot of work, which is why this show isn't at the par that I want it to be. But when people ask me about starting a podcast and they ask, what do I do? The main advice that I give them, first of all, is that don't be upset when your plan goes to crap, because your plan's going to go to crap. It's not a question of if or it might. No, it's gonna suck. Your show when you start is going to suck. And that's okay, because as long as you're working on it, you're going to grow to be better. Because you can never judge yourself, your beginnings, to somebody else's middle. Like, you can't do it. And I always say, so don't stick to the plan. Just know where you want to go and then adapt as you go. And as you get there, things are going to look better. And as far as I'm concerned, while this may be 3.5, this is a brand new show. It just has the same name and the same host. The same ugly backboard. Still bitter about that. All this, that's expensive barn board, by the way, in case you guys don't know. Like, that is custom barn board. And I thought, well, why don't I set it up so that it looks like a really cool backdrop? And what does it look like? A frickin' pallet. I don't know what to do with it now. So it's going to stay like that until I figure out something else. Anywho. Yeah. So that's my quick show for tonight. Like I said, I only expect maybe about 10, 15 people to watch this, because you'll be my closest friends and you just want to know what's going on. So thank you so much. If you've hung around for a while, I hope you make sure you like, subscribe, share, tell your friends, say, hey, listen, I know this podcaster and he's coming back. But yeah, I just didn't want to go another week without at least putting something up. I want to put something up every week. So for the next couple months, don't expect anything special from this show. There's not going to be anything great or anything noteworthy or whatnot. But every week, it's going to be a little bit better. And by summer, this show is going to look like no other podcast out there. It's going to be the best paintball podcast in existence. And I know that is an egotistical thing to say, but I'm doing this because I love it. And I want it to be special. And I want my son, years down the road, when I'm long gone and he's talking to his kids or his grandkids, he goes, hey, I want you to see something. That's why I'm doing this. I love the sport. I really do. but I love my son more, and I want him to know who I am, and I want his kids to know who I am. I'll never be in a Hall of Fame. I just won't. And I'm okay with that. I don't need to be. Truthfully, it's just like, hey, look, a trophy. I mean, there's a certain respect to it, but I'm me. And I know that sounds stupid, but I don't need to impress anybody. I just want to do it because I love it. And when I'm done and you see it, you'll know that I love it. And you'll know that it's something special. And I'm not convinced other podcasters out there feel the same way I do. And please don't take offense. It's just everything's so cookie cutter these days. Like everything, everybody, everywhere. And I know it's hard work, better than most people, because I started from nothing and I brought up a good show. And I'm watching some of your shows out there, and I'm like, there's moments where it's like, yeah, you did a great job. And there's other times I'm just like, are you even trying anymore? And I'm not saying that to be critical. I'm saying that because I've been there at a point where I wasn't trying anymore. Because it had just, I don't know. So anyway, I'm back trying. And in a couple months, few months, this show is going to be spectacular. But I got a lot of learning to do. There's a lot of software I got to figure out. And I've only been working on this for like 2 weeks. So hope you'll forgive this episode. It's more just for the close few that are going to watch this, because I don't expect many people to watch this at all. It's a talking head and it's boring as hell, and I know it. But the important thing is I did it. And next week, I'm going to do it again. And the week after that, I'm going to do it again. And every week after that, you're going to be like, hey, that's new on that show. That's new on that show. And it's going to be amazing. It's going to be absolutely amazing. So, shout out to my friends out there, followers, whatever. Mostly friends. I miss you guys in Chicago. I miss you guys in Denver. Miss you guys in Alabama. Miss my friends in Florida, New York. Starting to feel like a Grateful Dead song. Trucking. Anyway. All right, guys. I think I've significantly sucked for long enough. I hope you all are having a fantastic week. I hope you are all as excited about me coming back, because if you got this far, you must be a close friend. Just saying. If you've gotten this far in the show, you must be a close friend. So I hope you guys are as excited to have me back as I am to be back. And with that, keep your paint dry and play with passion, everyone. Have a great night. I miss you all.